Hey now, what's going on, guys? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I decided to go back and rewatch to review Hitman, which was a 2007 film directed by Xavier Gems, or Gems, however it's pronounced. Hitman, most people probably know, is based on the video game character with the same name, and I myself have played a few of the Hitman games. I enjoy the games. They're very fun. So why not? Why not let somebody try to make a movie adaptation of this game? We have Timothy Olyphant starring as Hitman Agent 47. And you see him at the very beginning. He gets assigned to kill the president of this country. And everything seems to be going along planned until you see that it looks like he didn't really kill the president, that he was set up by this organization. And so now he's on the run. And not only is he on the run, but he wants to figure out why is this happening to him, who is doing it, and he wants to kill this guy for real. And at the time, I think I liked it, or I think I at least thought it was okay. I liked it more for the action scenes, how bloody and violent it was, and I thought Timothy Olyphant looked the part, which he does. And I even think he plays the part fairly well. He's emotionless, he's like a robot, and that's how the character is programmed to be. So all of that, you could say, are in the plus columns. But man, is this plot convoluted and just dull and uninteresting. You have a movie that's just about an hour and a half long, and it feels longer because there's a whole lot of nothing going on with this plot. Why do we have to have the very first Hitman movie have this whole conspiracy cover-up where the organization's against the Hitman? Why? It's the first movie in. Can we have a little bit more straightforward with this plot? I mean, there's a number of different ways that you could go with a plot with this guy. I feel like they tried to make it so overly complicated to make it seem like it was a smarter movie than what it really was. But it's based on a video game. The story doesn't have to be all that intricate. And if you say, well, you know, I can complain about that in this movie, but in another movie I might complain about how less thought was put into a plot. But I just don't think a movie like this needs this complicated of a story, this many twists and turns that at the end of the day make me sit there and go, why is this scene happening? There's so many scenes in this movie where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But I'm supposed to not care because it eventually breaks out into the hitman shooting and killing a bunch of people and there's blood everywhere, and I'm just supposed to say, alright, well, at least people are dying. Timothy Olyphant, like I said, he's okay, he's fine. I don't think he does a bad job at all, really. I find it hilarious, though, because I read an interview that he did about this movie, and they asked him about whether he was interested in doing a sequel or continuing this franchise, and he said no. He said he had no interest in doing a sequel. He said the only reason why he did this movie was to pay off his house, because this TV show that he was on, Deadwood, got canceled out of nowhere. So he was like, fuck, alright, let me go and do this big Fox studio movie, get paid a bunch of money, and there you go. So for a guy who really didn't give a shit about this role or this movie, I say that he did well as far as pouring himself into the character, looking like the character, acting like the character. He did what he needed to do. The bare minimum, but he did what he needed to do. You have Doug Ray Scott, who I always think of as the guy who could have been Wolverine. He was cast as Wolverine in the first X-Men movie, but circumstances, he didn't make the movie, he couldn't make the movie, and Hugh Jackman stepped in, and thank God. I can't picture anybody at this point playing Wolverine besides Hugh Jackman. But Doug Ray Scott, he's a good actor. His character, though, I didn't care about him in this movie. He's this Interpol agent who's been tracking the Hitman for years now, and he's trying to prove that he's real and that this whole organization goes on and it's responsible for the deaths of all these people. I don't care. Like, what's really the point of his character? Is he supposed to be this guy that we're supposed to root for, even though the Hitman is the main character who I thought we're rooting for? Or is he supposed to be like the Tommy Lee Jones of The Fugitive, where it's like, well, sure, he's going after our main lead character, but maybe he's going to come around and we're supposed to hope that he finds out the truth and realizes that I don't care. I really don't care. Robert Knepper is another lead agent who is in charge of all like this whole group that's trying to catch the Hitman. Yeah, I like the actor. Like every time I see him, he plays a villain. He's good at that. But none of these characters I cared about. It was a lot of uninteresting stuff going on. Olga Kurylenko is in this movie as a prostitute. What else is new? I swear I've seen her play a character like this in at least 5 other movies. She is hot, and I love the fact that she is willing and down to get naked on screen, and she's like, fuck it, I'm sexy, so here you go, check it out. Also, though, her character is completely pointless. I mean, why is she here? Why? Is it just because she's hot and we have to have a hot naked chick in the movie? I mean, you won't get too much of a protest out of me for that. But just story-wise, like, why does the Hitman take her? Sure, he takes her to get information out of her about her boyfriend, aka the guy who bought her. And when she reveals that she doesn't know anything, he keeps her there. He keeps her around. Now, I know that they're trying to give the Hitman character a soul, trying to present him like he's not that far gone, even though he does some deplorable and evil things in the movie, like he should. He's an agent, a programmed agent, so he should. But I feel like she's only there to either show the humane side of him or show how much of a wuss he is in other ways. I mean, again, they present the character like he should be. The scenes where she's trying to seduce him and sleep with him and he's not really going for it. I guess technically that's what the Hitman would act like. But we don't need to see that. We don't have to make him look like this idiot who doesn't want to sleep with Olga Kurylenko. Why not? Fuck it. She's literally on your bed naked, or she's on top of you while she's drunk saying, like, fuck it, let's just go right now. And he's like, ew, 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 cooties. It's just, that's not what you want to see out of your badass main character. It's not better than the games. I'd much rather be playing the game right now. At least I can skip over the cutscenes and just get right to the fucking action, which is what I'm really here for. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Hitman? I think it's just kind of dull, uninteresting, unneeded, unnecessary. Just play the video game. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.